At 9:42 p.m., a message arrived on Amina Bello's phone. It looked ordinary at first, a simple reply to a question she had sent earlier that day. The sender's name was familiar, Tun Afolabi, a freelance software technician she had been working with on a data migration project. But what made the message immediately unsettling was not its content, it was its timing, because Tun Afolabi had already been confirmed dead hours earlier. The message read, "Check the second folder. It's already there." It was direct, specific, and context-aware. It answered her earlier question without hesitation or delay. But according to official records, Tun had died between 2:30 p.m. and 3 p.m. that same day. His body had been discovered later that evening, and by 5:12 p.m. his phone had been secured and logged into evidence custody. By every known standard, he could not have sent anything after that point. Yet the message had been sent at 9:41 p.m. and delivered at 9:42 p.m. Instantly. No delay, no error, no indication of a scheduled send. It originated from Tun's verified account. Amina did not respond. She took a screenshot and reported it the following morning. Investigators first confirmed the timeline. Tun's last known activity was a phone call at 2:21 p.m. Shortly after, a neighbor reported a loud sound from his apartment around 2:47 p.m. By 3:05 p.m., his phone showed no further activity. Emergency responders later confirmed his death within that time frame. By 5:12 p.m., his device was collected, sealed, and logged. Chain of custody records showed no breach. Then came the contradiction. At 9:41 p.m., Tun's account sent a message. Forensic analysis confirmed it was not a delayed or cash delivery. It was actively sent at that time. However, his physical phone had been offline and secured for hours. This meant the message did not come from his device. It came from his account. Investigators examined login history. At 9:38 p.m., a new session had been created from a desktop browser within the same city. The IP address traced to a residential connection. The login used valid credentials, no password reset, no forced entry. Whoever accessed the account already knew the details. Attention turned to those with access. Tun had worked on shared systems and occasionally logged into client devices. One of those clients was Amina, but her devices showed no sign of access. Another name emerged, Kunal Adesina, a business associate who had collaborated closely with Tun on multiple freelance projects. Records showed Kunal had previously been given temporary credentials during shared work. Security footage confirmed Kunal had visited Tun's apartment earlier that day, leaving around 2:10 p.m., less than an hour before Tun's estimated time of death. When questioned, Kunal described the visit as brief and professional, but digital evidence told a different story. The IP address used in the 9:38 p.m. login matched Kunal's home internet connection. That established access, but not motive. Investigators returned to Amina's original message. It referenced a specific folder containing financial project files. When those files were re-examined, discrepancies emerged, altered figures, inconsistent timestamps, and unexplained transfers. Then came the key discovery. The folder had been modified after Tun's death. Someone had accessed the files and changed them. The message, "Check the second folder. It's already there," now appeared less like a reply and more like direction, a controlled instruction guiding Amina toward manipulated data. Further analysis confirmed multiple edits were made shortly after Tun's death. The goal was clear: obscure financial irregularities tied to project funds. Kunal's access logs placed him at the center of those changes. Investigators reconstructed the sequence. Kunal had accessed cloud storage linked to the project after Tun's death, altered files, and then logged into Tun's messaging account using known credentials. The intention was to guide Amina away from inconsistencies by making the altered folder appear legitimate. But the timing exposed him, because he forgot one critical fact. Tun was already dead when the message was sent, and dead people do not send replies. The contradiction triggered deeper scrutiny. Financial records revealed a pattern of diverted funds across multiple projects. Tun had apparently discovered the irregularities shortly before his death. Their last meeting had been confrontational, according to surrounding evidence. though no direct witnesses confirmed what occurred inside the apartment. What followed was a reconstruction built entirely from digital traces, access logs, and timestamps. Kunnel had both motive and access. He had attempted to use Tun's identity to control the flow of information after his death. The message to Amina was not an anomaly. It was a deliberate attempt to manage what she would see next. But the system preserved every action, every login, every edit, every second, and those seconds told the truth. Kunnel was arrested based on digital forensics, financial discrepancies, and verified account activity. The message that once appeared impossible became the key to unraveling the entire sequence of events. It proved that someone had access after death and had attempted to manipulate evidence using the identity of someone who could no longer respond. Amina's decision to report the message became the turning point. What could have been dismissed as a delayed notification instead became the starting point of a full forensic investigation. In the end, the case was not about a message from the dead. It was about delivering those who believed digital systems could be manipulated without consequence. But every system leaves traces. Every login leaves a footprint. Every message leaves a timestamp. And sometimes, the smallest inconsistency becomes a thing that breaks everything open. The message was not from the past. It was a clue in the present.